Here's a quick look at the latest charts then heading into the weekend. And Friday, first of all, we've got, again, widespread severe upland gales across most of the mountains, focused on Scotland, perhaps the north of England too. I think once you're towards the Peak District in Wales, winds are comparatively much lighter. But across the Scottish mountains, though, widely 50, 60, 70 miles per hour and higher gusts on the higher areas. A slow-moving front will produce prolonged falls of snow across the eastern and southeastern highlands through the day, very little reaching the west and northwest highlands, a few flurries here and there, but cloud breaks will be extensive to higher levels around the west coast. Another slow-moving front is across the Pennines, and that will produce rain on and off through the course of the day, and across the eastern side of the Pennines becoming increasingly snow above 400 or 500 metres. For Wales, at the risk of some local heavy showers breaking out into the afternoon. Now, some very cold air then sweeps across the country as this cold front moves south westwards across Britain overnight into Saturday. So temperatures around 800 or 900 metres, back down to -5 Celsius, and on the higher Scottish mountains, a few degrees below that. Not quite as cold as it was a few weeks ago, but nevertheless, for the middle part of March, this is particularly cold air that is once again in the picture. Some snow flurries around, focused on eastern mountains, mostly not amounting to a great deal, but just blowing around of pre-existing snow again could give some very poor visibility. That severe wind chill then is the main factor, with wind speeds still up to gale force, maybe just easing down a touch in Scotland. Brightest conditions towards the western side of any of the British mountains. And with that easterly wind in place, again, west is going to fare best into Sunday. High pressure building in towards the north. The easterly winds, once again, gale force, focused on England and Wales. A few snow flurries around. Just got to watch what this little feature does towards the southwest of Britain. Could give some more organised snow locally into parts of Wales. But otherwise, snow flurries not coming to a great deal. And cloud base is fairly high, with breaks to higher summits across many western areas. High pressure stays nearby into Monday, the wind flow turning a little bit more northeasterly, but mostly light winds across Scotland. Still a cold feel, though, across most areas. Freezing levels staying very low, with terrain frozen essentially from low levels up in most places, but it looks like a dry and a bright day with cloud breaks to higher areas, although sunshine amounts may be rather limited. Now heading into midweek, and high pressure and dry conditions will prevail for a few days, staying chilly, but temperatures will just lift slowly compared to the very cold conditions of the weekend. But freezing levels will stay down, will tend to lift to 600 to 800 metres, and later in the week a chance of becoming a fair bit milder as southwesterly winds do try and develop. Eventually we may see some fronts coming in from the Atlantic giving some rain, preceded by some snow possibly, although detail and timing of any milder air coming in is uncertain. Eventually the risk is that we go back to being rather unsettled as pressure falls and we go into a cool, changeable outlook heading towards the following weekend. We'll look at those longer range thoughts in a bit more detail in the planning video on Friday, but in the short term, if you're heading onto the mountains, once again prepare for full-on winter conditions this weekend.